Okay. Oh god, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm not really sure how to start it. Okay. Hello and welcome to the In the Den podcast. I am your host, Craig Denham, and today I am being joined by absolutely no one. It's just me today. This is not actually like a proper podcast episode. This is just literally me just kind of summarising everything, putting a final close on the In the Den podcast, ending the chapter, and kind of just summing up everything. So yeah, the podcast is over. It's been a very long 10 weeks that I've been putting these out. It's been a very long 17, 18 weeks since I started making this whole thing to get to here. You know, the podcast has kind of finally all come out. The dust has kind of settled and the numbers have kind of stopped going up. So it's kind of at its final total now for the series. And this is just going to be a very quick 10, 15, 20 minutes of just me kind of saying thank you, just me kind of going through everything and then really putting this all to bed. So, first of all, I just want to say thank you to you. When I say that even though I made the podcast really would not have been made without your support, I really mean that. I mean, the amount of messages I received on a weekly basis, the amount of support I received online, people putting it on their stories. When I say I'm really not understating how much your support meant to me, I mean that, because honestly I thought that this was going to be a very strong first week and then it was going to flop, and it didn't. It kept going, it kept climbing, and it was just incredible to see the numbers and the support and people keeping tuning in every week. Yeah, it was incredible. So, this is a big thing. I know that numbers aren't supposed to be the main thing I look for. If anything, I look for the quality of the episodes and kind of if people enjoyed them, if people didn't enjoy them. But I suppose as humans, we are in this world, we are all looking at numbers and we're all judging our success by the numbers that we get. So I have worked out the final total. So across the whole 10 episodes, the podcast achieved 417 total views, and that is ridiculous. I was not expecting that number. I was honestly expecting maybe around the 200 mark, 250. I would have been happy if it was around 250. And it was that across like Spotify and Apple Music, but then I forgot that I actually stuck all these on YouTube. And then the YouTube views brought it up to like over 400, which is incredible. So thank you. You have absolutely made this podcast, and the fact that it has achieved that many views is incredible. Also, something which I found really mad is obviously, like, even though I'm sharing it with my friends, it's mad to see how far that your own voice can travel. The podcast was listened to in 6 different countries, which is incredible. It was listened to in Turkey, America, Germany, Ireland. Incredible. In fact, I think like the first 2-3 weeks in, the podcast was getting more views in Germany than it was in the United Kingdom, which I thought was really funny. So shout out to all my German brothers out there, brothers and sisters, love you all. I just think that is ridiculous that we managed to go that far, and it's just mad. Like, my voice and my opinions and my friends, we've gone that far. I think that's just ridiculous. So on that topic, I need to say thank you to every single person that took part in this podcast. Honestly, at one point, I didn't think I was going to get even 6 people to do this thing. I was genuinely surprised when I set the number of 10 and then started asking people and thinking, shit, maybe this isn't going to go as far as I'd hoped, or maybe I'm not going to be able to do 10 episodes. The fact that 10 of my friends pulled through and said, yes, they'll do it, and they sat there and they gave up a minimum of an hour and a half to sit there and talk to me is unbelievable. And honestly, the podcast would have not been the same without them. It would have not done the numbers, it would not have done the view time, it would not have been so popular or some success without them. And I really mean that. So, I want to say thank you to Daniel Adamovich, Georgia Levitt, Masood Dahir, Olivia Morta, Luca Diaferia, Phoenix Xavier, Romario Faldes, Finlay Walsh, Sean Morrison, and Trinity Modeste. I cannot thank you all enough. All 10 of you have been beyond supportive, and I realise that sometimes I may have got on your nerves, sometimes I was naggy, sometimes I was really like, oh, can we film today? Oh, have you listened to it? But thank you for being patient. Thank you for putting up with me. I love you all dearly. You are all some of my closest friends. And honestly, I love you all. Thank you for your support. Okay, so this is another big thing that's kind of been going around. Basically, will there be a season 2? Okay, so there's a long answer to this and there's a short answer to this. The short answer is no. I don't think there'll be a second series of this podcast. The long story is, or the long version of this answer is, I don't think that there will be another podcast in this format. So I have enjoyed making all 10 of these episodes. I've enjoyed sitting down with my friends. I've really enjoyed it. But I've always kind of viewed the In the Den podcast as kind of like, I don't know, my way of kind of just exploring, just kind of putting my ideas out there, seeing what sticks, seeing what doesn't, seeing what I enjoy, seeing what I don't enjoy, seeing what you enjoy, and seeing what you don't enjoy. And I think that I want to do something similar to this, but I think I want to change it. I want to change a couple of things. I want to change the runtime. I want to change the topics that we talk about. I felt that sometimes, and obviously, because I was talking to 10 different people, of course you're going to get different topics, but I think I really struggled maybe finding a consistent audience, so I think maybe sticking with a topic would actually be much better going forward. So, as much as I would like to do a season 2, I think if you change a product so much, is it the same product? And that's what I'm thinking. So I think there most likely won't be another season of this. I think this might be it. I mean, who knows, you know, I might do this again. I might sit down and do a season 2 with 10 other people, because why the hell not? But I think for now I want to focus on doing something different, something that I was exploring, and now I want to go and do something else. And as to when that will be, I don't bloody know. I'll be honest with you, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. The last 2 months, the last 3 months, Jesus, 4 months, May, June, July, August, oh my god. The last 4 months have been exhausting. Trying to put this all out, trying to organise the whole thing, edit it. Plus, you know, during the latter 2 months, you know, I was working again. I was wrapping up the youth company with RADA. I'm exhausted. I'm very much looking forward to kind of just letting go of a couple things and being able to focus on kind of just doing stuff that I enjoy again. And also, I do have to somehow, some way, audition for drama school in the next 5-6 months. So that's probably where my focus is going to be on. However, I think while I'm going to take a break for now, I think expect something next year. I think there will be something next year. I'm really hoping I'm not going to regret that. So, I suppose another summary, another kind of thing to close on. What have I learned about the last 10, 15, 20 weeks of my life? What have I learned by making these podcasts? What have I learned by doing this whole thing? First thing I've learned, 100%, go and make your own shit. Because a lot of time, no one's going to ask you to do shit for them. Or no one's going to give you the opportunities. Sometimes you've got to make them. I've just been sitting on the idea of a podcast for years, you know, and I've seen Daniel go out and do it, Masood go out and do it, you know, and I just thought, why the hell am I not able to do this because I know I could. I knew I could. So that's what I did. I put myself out there, and I put my money where my mouth was, and I worked hard, and I made it. I made the whole thing, and it's been a success. So that's the main thing I've learned, is that if you want something doing, do it yourself. If you want to go out and achieve your dreams, no one's going to achieve them for you, or no one's going to just put it on a plate, you know. Go out, make your own stuff, you know, and honestly, I'm going to put that into my life more often. I think there's a couple of things that I've got going at the moment that I can't really talk about, but I'm focusing on projects at the moment that I'm really excited to share in the next couple months. So this isn't it. This definitely isn't the end. I'm still going to be being creative and still making my own things. Number 2, your friends are still there. To be blunt, over the last 2 years, because it has been 2 years since I left sixth form and kind of gone out into the adult world very ill-equipped. I struggled. I struggled a lot, and I more so struggled with the fact I didn't see my best friends every day, and going out and meeting new people and you know, staying in contact with people. It was tough. So what I've learned is that it doesn't matter how long it's been. It doesn't matter if it's been 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 days, or a year. It doesn't matter. Go out and talk to these people because they still love you and they still care about you. And that's kind of been the biggest eye opener for me, because I wasn't expecting the response to from these people who seriously just said yes at the first opportunity, put aside some time to talk to me. And even though some conversation, like me and Luca, we hadn't had a proper phone call for about 6 years, you know. I haven't seen him since about February 2014. Go out, message those people. They still love you. They still care about you. I think that's what I've learned. So the last thing I want to touch upon is the fact that we recorded these during a time where the Black Lives Matter movement was very vocal, and I'm very glad that it still is. And you will see at the top link of every podcast, there will be a link to an information card where you can donate, educate yourselves, sign petitions. And I really want to end this podcast by saying that Black Lives Matter. Keep donating and keep making your voices heard, and keep educating yourselves and others. That's all I wanted to say. And thank you for listening.